JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man electrocuted while attempting to steal copper wires, says JPS. The Jamaica Public Service, JPS, is reporting that a man was electrocuted while attempting to steal copper wires from the Old Harbour Power Station between late Sunday night and early Monday morning. JPS said the man gained illegal access to the premises, where he attempted to cut an energized high-voltage wire, which resulted in a fire at the station. The fire was put out by the Old Harbour Fire Department, after which the burnt body of the man was discovered. JPS is reminding people about the dangers of tampering with the company's equipment and is appealing to people to desist from carrying out illegal activities on the electricity network. Sergeant chopped, attacker fatally shot in Santa Cruz. A police sergeant has been hospitalized after he was chopped in the face during a confrontation in which his alleged attacker was fatally shot in the community of Park Mountain near Santa Cruz on Sunday. Police reports are that shortly before 6 p.m., the sergeant was injured by an unidentified man who is believed to be of unsound mind. A representative from the police's communications arm said that during the attack, the officer, who had to be hospitalized, discharged a round from his service pistol, hitting his attacker. The attacker, who has been identified as Noel Thompson, was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. 4 arrested after firearm and ammo seized in Kingston and St. Andrew. The Jamaica Constable Force JCF is reporting that 2 illegal gang members are now in custody following the seizure of a firearm and several rounds of ammunition in Havendale, Kingston on Monday, September 28. The raid was carried out by the JCF's Special Weapons and Tactics SWAT team. Reports are that between the hours of 3:30 a.m. and 4 a.m., a team of SWAT officers from the JCF's Special Operations Branch conducted an operation in the area where one premises was searched. One Luger I-Point C9 9mm pistol and a magazine loaded with 7 9mm cartridges were found in a bin in the kitchen of the premises. The identities of the 2 men are being withheld pending further investigations. Meanwhile, the police are reporting that a firearm and several rounds of ammunition were seized by the Constant Spring Police on Vermont Avenue, St. Andrew, also on Monday morning. 2 men were taken into custody in relation to the seizure. It is reported that during an operation about 3:20 a.m., a premises was searched. A 9mm Luger pistol, along with 7 9mm rounds of ammunition, was seized and the 2 men arrested. The identities of the men are being withheld at this time. Hanover bar operator fined $200,000 for breaching COVID restrictions. Bar operator Jason Green was today fined $200,000 or 3 months imprisonment at hard labor in the Hanover Parish Court for breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act. The police say Green, who is from Lances Bay in the parish, was warned several times for non-compliance. He was eventually arrested and charged and placed before the court today, where he was found guilty and fined. Police Constable acquitted of drug charges. Police Constable Valdana Smith, who was last year convicted in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court of possession of over 10 kilograms of cocaine, was today acquitted by the Court of Appeal. The court ruled that the trial judge erred in convicting him. Smith's attorney, Kemar Robinson, argued, among other things, that there was insufficient evidence to convict his client. Robinson contended that the drugs were found in the car in which Smith was a passenger. He argued that he was never in actual possession of the drugs. The prosecution and the Court of Appeal agreed with the submission. The constable and ex-corporal Anthony Robinson were held in a sting operation conducted by the Major Organized and Anti-Corruption Agency MOCA at the Norman Mann International Airport on January 22, 2016. It's reported that the cops turned up at the airport and were about to enter the building when they were surprised by MOCA detectives. The police say they seized 22 pounds of cocaine. The men were arrested and later charged with drug-related offenses. Police Federation concerned about attacks against cops. Police Federation Chairman Sergeant Patria Rowe has expressed concern over recent attacks on members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF by citizens while the cops carry out their lawful duties. At the same time, Rowe is calling on persons he termed as influential people occupying space across media platforms to desist from speaking negatively about police action. Those utterances, he said, have motivated unruly Jamaicans to negatively react to police presence and police's efforts to solve the issues that we are faced with. Rowe's comments came against the background of a police probe launched into the vandalizing of a police vehicle in Parrytown, St. Ann on Saturday, during attempts by cops to arrest the promoter of a party that breached the island's curfew orders. While the promoter was being arrested, a group of angry patrons descended upon the police vehicle, hurling boulders and other missiles into the windscreen and other windows, as well as slashing the tires. The vehicle was eventually transported by a wrecker to the police station. Just days earlier, police officers were verbally and physically abused by residents of Seaview Gardens in St. Andrew, where they had gone to shut down a party. The Police Federation is seriously concerned about the incidents. We believe that there is a direct correlation with public utterances against the police and the conduct of people in their interaction against the police, said Rowe. He urged well-thinking Jamaicans to use media platforms responsibly, use it to inspire confidence in the security forces, and use it to inspire the development of Jamaica as a country. Rowe elaborated that people with media and even social media access, once you occupy a position of influence, your words are weighed heavily and people listen, and what you say influences people's actions and people's conduct. And if there is or appears to be a general resistance towards the police and the authority of police officers, then the reciprocal effect is people paying scant regard to policing authority is shared. Continuing, he said, and that is what we're seeing in the country. People in Jamaica know that the police have very little support in certain civil quarters and among certain influential Jamaicans. This is translated into a level of resistance against the police, he further suggested. Last week was a tumultuous one for the island's security forces as two of its members were shot dead by criminal forces. Private Renil King, 21, of the Jamaica Defence Force JDF, was shot and killed by criminals in the line of duty during an anti-drug operation in Milk River, Clarendon last Thursday. Approximately 24 hours later, 27-year-old police constable Kemar Francis was shot dead by a gunman while he was on patrol with colleagues on Pretoria Road in the gritty Maxfield Avenue area of St. Andrew. Meanwhile, Rowe has called on the government to help foster respect for the police. We call on government to ensure that police and the respect for police occupy a prominent place in the minds of the government of first instance and the civic society. There are a number of Jamaicans who have a civic duty to ensure the development of Jamaica, not only its infrastructure, but development of the minds of the people, he explained. Rowe also encouraged police officers island-wide to be resolute in the face of this level of provocation, adding that they will continue to execute their duties and remain committed to the oath they took when entering the force. Death toll in Jamaica from coronavirus passes 100. The death toll from COVID-19 in Jamaica has risen to 101, the island having recorded an additional 8 fatalities related to the coronavirus on Monday, according to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. 6 of the 8 deceased have St. Catherine addresses. They are a 28-year-old female, a 65-year-old male, a 96-year-old male, a 65-year-old male, a 78-year-old male, and a 59-year-old male. The other 2 deceased are an 82-year-old female and a 78-year-old male from St. Ann and Clarendon, respectively. 2 other deaths are under investigation, the ministry said. Jamaica has recorded 238 new confirmed COVID-19 cases on Monday, bringing the total number of cases on record for the island to 6,408. Recoveries increased by 29, bringing total recoveries to 1,770. Of the newly confirmed cases, 147 are females and 91 are males with ages ranging from 24 days to 96 years. The cases were recorded in St. Catherine, 61, Kingston and St. Andrew, 51, St. Anne, 26, Westmoreland, 17, St. Elizabeth, 16, St. James, 15, Manchester, 14, Clarendon, 12, Portland, 11, St. Mary, 8, St. Thomas, 3, Trelawney, 2, and Hanover, 2. 26 moderately ill patients and the 12 critically ill patients are among the 4,451 active cases now under observation in Jamaica. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.